I love you. We don't even have to count, do we? Mm-mm. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. There's plenty of couch here. Come on in, sit on down. Don't ask about the stains. We're tired of hearing about them.
Yeah, but you keep on bringing it up. Like, I mean, maybe they would stop.
They keep asking.
If they would, maybe they'd stop asking if you stop acknowledging the stains. Stop acknowledging the stains.
I'm the green traveler from Gorsh.
There are also rocking chairs. That's what you're hearing in the background.
Yeah, we're not in a couch. We're on rocking chairs. We're old people!
I'm the Faceless Leon.
If we ever did a camera, like an actual video version, where I would love it if we were just on a porch in rocking chairs. On
a glider?
Sure.
Yeah, like a glider bench. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I love a glider bench.
Does that rock?
It goes like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like yours.
Yeah, I have like the maternal rocking chair. I don't know what you would call this right now, but it's for mothers to, like, you hold your baby in.
It might be called a glider.
Oh, yeah, it might be. Yeah. If you want us to have a visual version, head on down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless.
Any bit helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't catch on yet, this is a podcast about movies
and
TV. This is the potato pick. Another potato pick so soon, yes, but it's late still.
Yeah, we're still catching up.
Is this the July or August potato?
This is the August potato pick. Okay. It's just 3 weeks late.
It is, and then another week later because of technical difficulties.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah. My internet was like crapping out for most of the week.
Yeah.
And then when we went to record, I noticed that my microphone wasn't doing anything.
Oh, man.
And so that sucks. So we might be recording in the same place for the foreseeable future until, I
like it, though. It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I want to get a better microphone, though.
I want to get a better place. I like my apartment. It's just, I don't take good care of it.
Like my home, but I
got a shoe organizer, though.
You do have a shoe organizer.
Yeah, they're no longer just haphazardly on the floor. They're now nicely stacked, neat and in a row.
That's nice.
It's impressive.
We have one that is double wide and just like a couple shelves taller.
Okay.
And it has like a cover.
You have more shoes than I do.
And it zips up. Actually, I really downsized.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of shoes that I just didn't wear. And I was like, somebody can wear these.
Yeah. For years, I made fun of you for having a lot of shoes, and it was mainly because I was jealous. I wanted to have a lot of shoes, but at the same time, I was making fun of you because a lot of the shoes you have were just the same style of shoe.
Yeah. Well, see, my mom,
I know,
likes to buy us way too much. And
which is great.
Not saying that I mind it, like that's how she shows affection, but she makes sure that we have good shoes each year.
Yeah. That's also how I accept affection. So go down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless.
Yeah.
And show some love.
That would be great.
Yeah, this actual potato pick comes from there. We have, of course, as we've been saying, this potato pick decided upon by our patrons. They come up with selections, some options, and we throw it out to the public, and a few lovely strangers vote on it every single month. And August month, they voted on a disaster old versus new movie pick.
That's right.
That was a weird way to put those words.
You did it,
The adjectives all fell in there, though.
Yeah, you know what? It was a sentence. The Poseidon Adventure is the film that we're talking about, it and its remake.
Yeah, one of them.
But yeah, not the one you might be thinking. Who knows?
And not the one they were thinking. I confirmed after the fact.
Well, it wasn't the one they were thinking.
No, so there was a lot of errors on all parts.
Okay.
So
Well, it's not really their fault because they decided to remake a movie again a year after the TV remade it.
Yeah, horribly.
Yeah.
Oops. Spoilers.
I thought you were talking about Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Poseidon had to be named as such because the Poseidon Adventure, was already taken by a film just the year prior.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if that was the actual reason.
I heard that.
Makes sense.
I remember the TV version being popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And watching it with my family, like, I don't think we watched it on the Hallmark Channel. We're talking about a Hallmark movie. And if you like Hallmark movies...
What's wrong with you?
If you like if you like Hallmark movies and you want to make us watch them, if you want to dig out the gold and reveal it to us,
hell yeah,
go on down to patreon.com/greenfaceless. We'll stop that now because I'm gonna put a lid on it because people actually did pay us for this episode.
That's fair, and we appreciate them a lot.
We do.
And I'll be honest. So this one come from my dad, Brad, and he suggested the Poseidon Adventure 1972 versus, and he wrote the Poseidon. Well, my mom wrote for him the Poseidon Adventure 2005. But when I called her after we had watched the Poseidon Adventure 2005, which was a 2-episode television movie.
So we watched the first episode.
Yeah. We watched the first episode together. I watched the second
episode.
Okay,
I'm just saying, but I figured you contacted
Oh, no. I forced myself through the torture that was the second episode as well. And then I contacted her and was like, haha, that one sucked. And she's like, what? We liked Kurt Russell. And I was like, yeah, Kurt Russell is good. I'll be honest. Oh, yeah, they wanted the 2006 Poseidon. So someday we might talk about that. That might be fun. But I do think, and my mom agreed, over the phone at least, that this makes for a very interesting comparison.
Yes, it does. It does. I will say that it does. So the Poseidon Adventure is about a cruise ship. Oh.
Yeah, Zelda doesn't like the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
She was like...
It was too loud, she said.
No, it was because I was crying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the original one?
In the original one, it actually brought tears in my eyes.
And the second one is too... Well, you did.
I did cry in the second one, but mostly because I couldn't breathe from laughing.
So, the Poseidon Adventure is about a cruise ship that capsizes, which was supposed to be impossible. And I don't know, did the first one say this was loosely based off a true story or something?
They're based off of a novel by by Paul Gallico. And it is, I guess, possible. The idea is, in both of them, is that there isn't enough ballast or whatever. I think that's the word, is ballast. When you have water that's purposefully in the ship to maintain balance. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
I'm talking out my ass here. But that was the idea behind at least in the 1972 version, is that the new owner was like, go faster, we gotta get to land now. And they're like, but if we go faster, we'll have no ballast. Or, what is the word? Is it ballast?
I don't know that it says right there.
Ballast. Yeah, well, okay.
You're saying everything the right way. Good work.
It makes it okay. It's buoyancy. That was the thing I was looking for.
So when it goes faster, it goes towards the top of... It starts surfacing like a speedboat,
Yeah.
But even though it's a giant cruise ship.
Yeah.
So then it's gigantic and not as balanced.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
And in the first one, a tsunami... Well, an earthquake causes a tsunami, which hits the ship, and the ship goes whoop.
Yeah.
And the remake, the TV movie remake, terrorists make a bomb.
Yeah,
And-
they changed it quite a bit.
9/11.
I don't know what the novel is like, but Jesus Christ. Maybe this guy was trying to say that you couldn't, like saying that it's impossible to sink a cruise ship is ridiculous.
Maybe.
So he came up with this
terrorist plot.
No, this idea of how it could all go wrong on a cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a giant PSA.
Well,
That's what
yeah, kind of. Like, disaster movies were a fad of the time. I mean, even disaster novels. And, this was one of the earlier disaster movies after Airport. We've talked Airplane. We never talked Airport. Airplane is what makes fun of Airport.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And, this is like one of the second of that big, like, 70s wave of fun films.
Anyhow.
None of which I have seen.
There are also characters that make it into both
That's
movies.
True. Yeah.
I think, though, I think that's really where else the difference is how the characters' stories are different.
Yeah, the very intricate and fun in one of them, and very hilariously stupid and annoying in the other one.
But, see, I kind of feel that way with the original being the latter, but it's still a much better movie.
Okay, that's interesting. See, so the original, so in both of them,
they're I'm not gonna say it's not stupid in the remake. I'm just saying, like, I did not care about the shit that was going on with these people before the boat wrecked. I did not care.
And see, I think that's what makes their survival more important for me. And I'll explain. So both of them have a priest character.
Yep.
One's a reverend in the original, and then a bishop. Yeah, bishop in the new one.
He's got a different name too.
Yeah, Gene Hackman in the original versus fabulous Rutger Hauer in the TV movie, just struggling to make it.
Oh, also, I started watching The Last Kingdom, which is, I don't know if it originated on Netflix, but it's a Netflix series, Anglo-Saxon, England being taken over by the Danes, and he is a Viking.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, a blind Viking for 2 episodes.
I think I literally just got the same glasses as you.
Really? That's Esme?
They're coming in America's Best, hopefully this week.
Oh, I got mine from Warby Parker, but the
mine
style
are more,
was called Esme.
Gotcha. Mine are more circular frame, but like the exact same turtle shell. But thousands of years just went to sleep out there. I just felt it. So sorry. But no, we have Gene Hackman versus Rutger Hauer. One character whose name even makes it across both is Mike Rogo.
Detective Lieutenant.
Yeah, in the original, he's by Ernest Borgnine, or Mermaid Man for most of our audience.
Oh, that's hilarious. You know what? He even looks like Mermaid Man.
I know, right? He really does. It's perfect. But he in the original is retired, I think.
I don't know. They said that he's retired, but he's a cop.
Yeah, and he's more of like a beat cop. He seems like he definitely had more of a.
Maybe he worked Vice. I mean, he's a detective, so he definitely wore a shirt and tie to work.
Exactly. Yeah, but he definitely just has that, like, I smoked the cigarettes. Like, he was the Harvey guy in Gotham and Batman.
Oh, yeah, you think he was Bullock?
Bullock, thank you. Yeah. He's just that gruff guy, you know, he's just like, fuck, I'm here to do the damn job, put the criminals away. But he fell in love with a prostitute.
That's true. A sex worker.
Yes. I don't remember what her name is.
It was probably have the same last name, right?
Linda Rogo, Stella Stevens.
Yeah,
good.
Who
good
looks
call.
like
good call?
Who honestly kind of looks like Pearl. from X and.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but he fell in love with her, so he just kept arresting her to get her off the streets, so that nobody else could take her, because that was her job, sex worker. Yeah. And he didn't hate her for her job. He just wanted to make sure that no other guy could have her, so he kept arresting her until finally she started dating him. Yeah. And it's silly, and it's like you're kind of just like, oh my god, this guy, like, what the fuck? But he has that bit of charm to him that makes him a good main character. Yeah. And in the newer one,
also she's hilarious, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comedy with the actor, and she. One of the things was he was like, this being Frank Scott, the Reverend. He was like, that gown is too tight for you to climb up that way. You're gonna have to take it off. And he's like, what'd you say? This being Rogo. What? No way! Yeah. And then she's like, well, I'll take it off.
She's like, oh, fine, yeah.
And she's like, give me your shirt. And the Reverend's the one who gave her the shirt.
Yeah. It works pretty well. Like, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. You get that appeal, like, because it's just like, that's all it was like a way to appeal to the audience to like get some skin out there for the disaster film.
But the Reverend asking for it.
Exactly. But it made sense. How they worked it in made sense.
He's trying to lead
in the new one.
People through a disaster.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to lead. So what? Basically, once the ship flips, they're all stuck in the ballroom.
Right.
They got to get up and get to the the bottom.
Movies.
Yeah, get to the very bottom of the ship so they can get out. Mm. And
which
to do that
on the top.
Yeah, it's on the bottom.
But the bottom is
the top. Yeah. Yes. There's a hole in the hall.
It's a switch.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So they gotta go down. They gotta go down to get up, or get up to go down. And they climb. They climb down up a tree.
Yeah, and do that.
Yeah, to do that, he tells her, you gotta get, a little more comfortable clothing to do that. You can't stretch in that. And so, she takes off her, her gown. Mm-hmm. And the newer one, Rutger Hauer runs into a room that's on fire and comes out a few minutes later and says, it's on fire, but we can get through it. The only problem is we need to have rags to cover our mouth. And everybody looks at her, the hottest girl in the group, and she's like, okay, fine. So she takes her dress off and they tear it up. They're all wearing.
It was the one who was married. It
was Shoshana,
I think
right?
It wasn't Shoshana. It was the singer, but I think it was it was Jeffrey Eric Anderson, the character. Can you hover over his actor?
Brian Brown.
Yes. So he is like some kind of producer or something, and he fell in love with. It might even.
I don't remember the character's name.
Shit!
It wasn't Alex Kingston. I know that.
No.
I'll talk about her later.
I think
it might.
Sure Amy Shoshana? Anderson. There's the same last name. So the actor's name is
Tanari von Wicklutz.
And she sings in the movie.
She does.
Yeah, they I think are completely new characters.
Yeah.
But they are representing. She at least is representing that character.
Who has to show the skin?
Because in this newer one, Rogo is a sea marshal instead of an ex-cop. Played by Adam Baldwin.
Yeah, so I feel like everybody was signing on to this, and they saw the name at the top was A. Baldwin. And I made this joke to you earlier. But they all saw the name A. Baldwin. Like, Rutger Hauer was, like, talking with his agent, and his agent was like, Alex Baldwin is going to be in this. And he's like, Alex Baldwin? Yeah, it says right here, A. Baldwin. And it's like, oh my god, A. Baldwin, oh my goodness. And then they all show up on set, and they're just like, oh, fuck, they're all named A. It's just Adam. It was Adam. Oh, damn it.
Oh, jeez.
You're trapped with Adam Baldwin. Who is, like, the most, like, I hate Rogo in the new one. He is so goddamn, like...
I mean, he's definitely he's kind of
He's post 2001 Macho Man.
Yes, like we have to take down the infidels.
Yeah, if he wasn't like in a uniform, as in like in a suit, basically.
Yeah,
he would be in baggy camo pants and like yeah.
He definitely
oversized
they soldiered him up, and they also gave him the main leader role in the post disaster.
Yeah,
where the Reverend took charge. Rogo definitely is the one who takes charge.
Yeah.
And Steve Gutenberg is in it with his whole family, and his character's name is Richard Clark.
Dick Clark.
Yeah, Dick Clark. And we got Rachel Clark. Alexa Hamilton plays her. And nope. And then we got Shelby, who is kind of a doctor. Played by Amber Sainsbury, and she falls in love with the ship's doctor, Matthew Ballard, played by John C. Howell.
C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, what did I say?
John C. Howell.
I'm looking right at it.
He was the one that I kept making fun of because I just kept wanting to say C. Thomas Howell.
I'm sure he got that.
Oh, and I'm sure. I'm sorry, man. It's his fault for going by C. Like, and just take the C off, and you just got Thomas Howell, and it makes perfectly sense. But then you add the C Thomas Howell, and you're just and then you have their son Dylan Clark, played by Rory Culpus.
Yeah, and he films the whole thing because Jeffrey Eric Anderson wants to make a movie about this, and he's got a working video camera and likes to shoot.
And the kid's also 10 years old, and of course, he's probably trying to just shoot as many people in bras and bikinis as he can.
Yeah.
He's on a cruise.
Oh my god, for real. And there is definitely a shot of that. But he also catches Steve Gutenberg having an affair with Shoshana.
Who's played by Natalie Bolt.
And this is all before the ship crashes.
Yeah. The ship doesn't crash for a whole 2 hours, man.
I know, man. The whole first episode is the setup. And
that's why I couldn't care.
But like,
the
other movie did it well, like in the way that like they got to it and then made you care about the characters. I agree. Yeah. I agreed. But the little bit of dialogue that they had beforehand, there was nothing to latch on to.
And that's totally fair. But that's because you don't know who's going to survive. So it makes the incitement exciting. Once that wave hits, once they're upside down and you're in that ballroom, you're like, who's going to follow them out? It's like, is Akers going to join them? Is Red Buttons playing James Martin going to join them? Akers was Roddy McDowell.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
Also, there is an Aker in the other movie.
There is.
Change it to Aker. Ronald Aker, played by Andrew Brent. And that character gets a lot more of a role.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
And I do actually, he's like one of the one characters that I actually like. Because he takes this kid under his wing and lets him like shoot in restricted areas.
Yeah.
Which, is not his job and probably really bad.
Yeah.
Even, I'm pretty sure Rogo, because he's investigating the ship and stuff, even was like, oh, what the fuck are they doing? It's totally against protocol.
Oh my god. I love you.
Yeah, so there's definitely some, post 9/11 American xenophobia in this movie.
Oh, hardcore.
For sure.
Yeah, especially...
very shoehorned in, too.
Yeah, well, every single any actor who could look Middle Eastern was on that ship to be a terrorist.
Yeah. Like, there's even a scene where a guy comes into a room and is like, hey, what you guys doing down here? Oh my god, you're all brown. Well, he doesn't say that, but that's the look on his face. And then they kill him. Like, there's no lines. No. They just kill him.
They just pull him inside and close the door quietly.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But here's the another good, interesting, exciting, different thing about the original. The set design. So it's tight. It's it's upside down. There's water everywhere. There's fire, low lighting. Like it's exciting. and it looks like a wreckage.
Yeah.
The new one. When I was watching the second episode, I kept dying laughing, and I should have taken photos because it was so funny. Of all of the goddamn lights that were above them still, when they were upside down, every single room they would go into was lit from above. And I'm like, you don't have floor lights for the situation. So they just forgot to turn the goddamn lights off. Yes. And like film it in a different way. There was even a room that had lights hanging down from the ceiling still that were by their heads. It was by the actors' heads. They had to walk around a light bulb. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. And they tried. They remembered with fire hydrants and fire extinguishers, I mean. They remembered a little bit with those.
Yes.
Because they had the wherewithal to turn things upside down.
Yeah.
But they didn't change their location. So on a right side up ship, you have right side up fire extinguishers
that are out of
really
reach.
high up in the air. Because in the episode, they were all at eye level. Because they forgot about that shit. It was so sad.
I mean, it definitely was a lower budget film, that's for sure. But I remember, like, we watched it together, at least the first episode.
Yes.
And you were really shitting on it.
Oh my God.
And I turned to you and I said, it's doing pretty well for a Hallmark, okay?
Oh my God, it was so bad though. It was so bad.
But honestly, like, from my experience with Hallmark, it is very, it's kind of like, you know, it's an exciting movie for them.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, for Hallmark, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Compared to the original 1972.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was a good movie.
I really enjoyed Gene Hackman's Reverend. I didn't like his character, but I loved his story.
Right. Yeah.
Like, because it's a character. It's a Reverend who.
He's got some radical thoughts for the time period.
Yeah, he thinks God won't help you if you don't help yourself. Yeah. I think that's the way to put it. And it's fascinating, you know, and that's his whole like arc throughout the whole thing is that they all have to help themselves. They all have to survive. They can't stay put in the ballroom. Right. They're gonna die. So they gotta keep fighting to live. You know, I love that. I mentioned I was crying hard earlier. And that was because of Belle. Yeah. I loved Belle and her husband Manny. Yeah. Jack Albertson and Shelley Winters.
Jack Albertson is Grandpa Joe. Just so people know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Shelley Winters.
Her name is more familiar to me than...
Well, she's beautiful in her Wikipedia photo.
Yeah, I mean, wow. In the 50s.
Diary of Anne Frank. Wow.
Oh, man.
Times were hard. So sorry, Shelley. But no, like, her character is heavyset. Mm-hmm. And, my poor dog, you're going to have to listen to this the entire episode. Oh, I'm so sorry, Potatoes. She's well fed. Don't worry. She's
pretty well fed.
Yeah, she wants attention. She is an attention whore. But Belle is heavyset, doesn't believe she can survive.
Right.
And her husband and the rest of the group continuously push her on.
Yeah.
And then they get to this area. Where there's this long underwater swim. Yeah. And she is adamant that she go first because she's like, I can do this. I was a champion swimmer. Right. And they don't really believe her. Gene Hackman's like, I got this, bitch. I'm the Joker. And no, he's not the Joker. He's Lex Luthor. He would have been an interesting Joker, I think.
Yeah, but not...
When he had hair.
Not Jack, though. He's not Jack.
He's not Jack.
Yeah.
But no, sadly, though, Gene Hackman's Reverend gets trapped. And she goes down there, saves his life, and, you know, pretty much leads the rest of the group over there by, you know, taking the rope with her and giving them a, whatever you call it, a line to swim through. And then she sadly has a heart attack.
Yeah.
And what follows is, like, some of the saddest stuff because they have to go back and tell everybody, okay, you can get across. And her husband's over there, and he's like, well, how's Belle? And they're like, she made it across.
She made it across.
Yeah. And it's so damn sad because he knows.
Sad.
He knows. Like, when he jumps in that water, he was, like, very frightened because he knew the language. He was just like, because he was yelling at them. And she's like, what do you mean? Is she okay? And it's just like, she made it across. And it's just like, tell me she's okay. And then he just jumps in there.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's really sad. He almost doesn't continue on, but they convince him that that's what Bella would
They give him reason to live.
It is very sad, and almost after the disaster happens, almost every beat in the original movie is in the new movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this also happens to Bella Rosen, but Manny is dead.
Yeah. Before
the trip even happens.
Yeah, fuck Grandpa Joe.
Yeah. They know Grandpa Joe, and that's how they make her different. And there's something. She kind of makes like a weird joke because she's Jewish in the new one.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Yeah, there's a lot of weird moments.
But at that table was the captain of the ship, Paul Gallico, played by Peter Weller.
Yeah,
the RoboCop
himself. Yeah. And that's kind of funny because now that I think about it, he was playing Paul Gallico, which is the name of the author.
That's hilarious. That is really good, actually.
Good Easter egg, guys. Good Easter egg.
But in the original movie, the captain is played by Leslie Nielsen, so that's also
so fucking funny.
Is it Nielsen or
Nielsen?
Okay. But anyways, it's a serious role. I think it's before he really fell into comedy.
Yeah. But it's still kind of hard to take him.
Yeah, seriously, because what he does in the future.
Like every single thing that he says, even though it's dramatic and it's delivered with, a serious air. Yeah. I'm just sitting there just like,
I'm waiting for the punchline.
That was funny,
yeah. So in the original, when the tsunami hits, boom, that's where the captain dies.
Yeah.
And
straight up.
In the new one, after the bomb explodes, the remaining terrorists, for no reason, come into the ballroom and start... No, it's before the bomb explodes,
it's before the bomb explodes. Yeah, they just shoot him.
Yeah, they just come in and they start shooting everybody. But, nobody dies besides the captain.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's all stupid. And they blow it up, but only one bomb explodes. Mm-hmm. And when they get up there, the explosion was more of an implosion.
Yeah.
It pulled debris into the hole and block their escape because that's how physics work.
Well, hold on now a minute. So, if there was an explosion in a place that has air and underwater, so there's pressure on the other side, the explosion, I think, would first go out, and then when the water rushes in, there would be enough force, I think. For rippled up metal,
but it's still, the whole ship flipped.
Yeah,
and they struggled to explain that.
They said that the force of the water coming into the ship caused it to do one of these numbers. Like one of those old fireworks that you would light aside and then it would do the whistle sound and go in a circle.
Oh, yeah. I love your compassion for sticking up for shitty.
No, it's bad. I just like to play devil's advocate, I guess.
No, I know. It's so goddamn stupid. The entirety of it. And most of the movie I spent, no joke, trying to figure out where the fuck I knew Steve Guttenberg from. And, I knew it wasn't from Police Academy, because I've seen Police Academy, but that's not where it... And I knew it wasn't, 3 Men and a Baby.
Right.
Because, again, I know I've seen that when I was a kid, but not what I was thinking about. He was the brother-in-law in Home for the Holidays. And that's where I knew his face. And it took me so long...
We have done that movie on our old Thanksgiving special.
Yep.
So if you want to check that out, that's way back in the annals.
Yep.
Did I say that word right, or did I say annals?
Annals.
I said annals?
Annals.
I meant annals.
Check the anus.
Check it back in the anus. So, I would give the Poseidon Adventure a good solid face, 100% full face. It's good.
The 1972.
The 1972 one. What did I say?
You just said the Poseidon Adventure, which is right.
Yes, which is
just
correct.
Want to make sure.
The other Poseidon Adventure, the 2005 one, I give it a half a face.
Thank you.
Because there was just absolutely no need for it to be like 3.5 hours.
No
need.
And see, that was going to be my argument at the beginning when I was talking about it. Is you don't need the character development.
Yeah, sure.
For a disaster movie like this, the original did it right. You don't worry about completely expositing all this bullshit information up front. You find out who's there. You kill off a few of them, and then as you get closer to the end, you figure out their purpose for surviving. You get more attached to them. You build these characters up. That's what the original one did. It was perfect. The newer one was like, all right, we're going to try to make these deaths hard-hitting, and so we're going to exposit for literally an hour and 40 fucking minutes of character development for characters I don't care about.
But what you had said was one has intricately weaved relationships and whatnot. And yes, throughout the movie that happens. But where they start, even though they've been together for like a month, these people, they don't have any like connection to each other, I feel like. Even the stories that we hear about people being together, like the two couples, the older couple and the cop couple, I just, like, there's not enough there, I feel like, to care.
And for me, though, that makes the most sense for a cruise. I mean, I've never been on a cruise.
Sure.
But I don't feel like if I were to go on a cruise, which is, in my opinion, never going to happen.
Not after COVID.
Well, no, not after COVID, but even just, like, the idea doesn't appeal to me. I don't like going to an area where there's a bunch of strangers and trying to learn who all these strangers are. That just makes me want to vomit. I'm the kind of person that I found and isolated myself to, like, 5 individuals, and I'm like, you guys feed me.
Yeah.
You give me the energy I need emotionally. I don't need any other weirdos who are just going to disappoint me. And that, like, going on a cruise would just disgust me.
But they serve pizza until midnight.
I can do that here.
They have a deli that has, well, this is at least Carnival Cruise. This one ship had a deli that had the best pastrami I've ever had.
I'm vegetarian.
That's true. But there's always ice cream.
There's always ice cream here. A lot of stores are open for many hours.
Soft serve strawberry ice cream.
Just go out, buy normal strawberry ice cream, just let it sit on your countertop for a little while, it becomes soft serve. Okay. The new one sucked.
It was bad.
They made me wait an hour and 50 minutes. One of the exciting things when we started watching episode 1 was the name popped up, Alex Kingston. And I went, holy shit, River Song's in this. That's exciting. Don't see her until episode 2.
Yep.
They're contractually obligated to put her in episode 1 because it's a television movie. So, it's all shot at the same time. She's basically part of the production. She just has to be shoehorned into the cast. She doesn't make a fucking appearance until episode 2. So I had to wait an hour and 50 fucking minutes for any kind of interest to happen. Rutger Hauer, I love you for Blade Runner, but good God, you are so boring in this. Adam Baldwin, there's a reason he's not the top of the Baldwins. I'm sorry.
Rooker was definitely one of the better actors in the movie.
Yeah, he was, but dear God, he wasn't trying that hard at all. But, like, in the original, everybody was doing great. Everybody was fun. I give the original, I give it 4 stars out of 5. The new one, I will give it 2. I will give it 2 stars. It's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not shit. But
it's not just the fact shit. Yeah, it's not like The Fucking Room for 3 hours.
It's not. Yeah. But whoever filmed in that one goddamn room where the light bulb was literally hanging down from the ceiling. Like, I get you can't take the set apart, you know? Like, I'm guessing you're filming on a location. They said don't make any changes. And you're like, okay. Like, I get it. If you're filming on a budget, you don't want to fuck anything up. You don't want to cost yourself any fines.
Right.
Don't film in that room then.
Right.
Because it has a clear continuity that's hanging down by the actor's fucking faces.
Well, maybe it was like a sculptural piece in the hallway.
Yeah, and it just shoots up from the floor.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Nobody balls themselves on that any day. Just walking down the hall and just...
Yeah, I think it's so that they know so that the waiters know that they're not allowed down that hallway.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the stewards. Yeah.
This has been On the Couch with an individual who finds an excuse for everything.
And with another person who loves to tear things apart.
That is true. I was like, go on with bitch about everything. That's what I do. I will find a nitpick if I have to.
All right. Well, that's been the show. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And we'll come back real soon. Like I said, this one's a little bit late, and we want to try to get back to one episode a week, I think.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I'm sure we'll need to take breaks. We got jobs.
Yeah.
Some of us more than others.
I'm sleepy right now.
Well, that's it.
I'm the Green Traveler from Gorge.
And I am the Faceless Leone. Safe travels, and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.